Hello, everyone. Good
Good morning. Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Judy, Miss Wren. Hello, Debbie. How are you this morning?
Fine. I guess I'm trying to decide if I like the glass mat on my table or not, or if I just want to use it like Johnny did to jelly print. So I'm gonna see if I like it this morning. I'm just gonna work on snippets. I'm not sure if I like that bump up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. I still haven't found my mat yet, so we'll see. Hope it's not broken when I find it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got a really good deal from
Mm.
Johnny. I
Yeah.
got the glass mat and two jelly plates for $40. So I thought that was
Oh,
a really good deal.
not
But
bad at all.
I put the jelly plates. Y'all, I have so many, it's not even funny. I took one of these 12 by 12s, and so this is my 5 by 7. This is my 8 by 10. That's the 8 by 10 from Johnny. And then there's the 9 by 12 from Johnny. I have a 9 by 12 here. Also, it just doesn't fit in here. Plus, I have a 14 by 16 or something like that. I don't even know where that is. I never use it because it's so big that it's hard to use.
Gotcha.
So trying to find a home for things sometimes is hard.
Yes, finding home for things is definitely hard.
Morning, J9. Morning,
Good morning,
Brenda.
J9 Brenda. Is everyone? It's been a morning, Brenda. Good morning, Shauna. Welcome. Filling up my water. Had to reboot the computer. Then the first stream went live, and I was like, I didn't hit live.
Hmm.
Then the speakers wouldn't work. So here we are, just playing.
How are you feeling this morning, Lindy, after the treatment?
I'm feeling okay.
Good, good.
The back of the head is a little sore, but
Kinder? Yeah.
yeah, but little scabs here and there.
I've just been trying to dig through piles and like get rid of scraps and that are too small or do something with them.
Yes, that's when you go through a D-stash, man, you find all kinds of stuff.
And partial projects.
Yes.
Stuff you started or you put to the side for a project and you're like, oh, oh yeah, but I don't want to do that now.
Yes. Or you look at it and you're like, what in the world was that? I have plenty of those that I'm like, okay, let's just tear this apart because I have no idea what I was doing. So, did you guys go over and see Christie's D stash sale yesterday?
I was there for a little bit. Uh, Juju's having her estate sale thing today, But I don't really know what all that like is. Like I don't think it's I don't know if it's necessarily craft stuff.
Okay. What time is her estate sale?
This morning, I think
Oh,
she
is
was
it?
already on. But I don't know for sure. She might be on. Because she said morning. So
Okay.
I don't, but like I said, I don't know what it is in that sense that they cleaned out that house for that lady. It's her mother's house, the woman.
Okay.
So they lived in it a long time. And I know they had a physical sale one weekend. And now I think they're just trying to do an online to see if they can reduce. I think a lot of it's at Juju's house,
Oh,
like stacked up in the hallways and stuff. What was left.
gotcha. Wow, Judy, did you get anything? She was letting stamps go for like 25 cents.
Yeah, lots of stamping up at Christie's. I saw the stamping and I was like, you don't need stamps. We just divested of stamps.
Well, Shauna, I missed them. I didn't even know they were on. Oh, I hate packaging. I hate it. So hard to get off of your products.
Yeah, I usually use silicone spray or WD-40 if you can. If you can soak the sticker, you know what I mean? If it's okay to get it damp.
Oh, it's like trying to get into the distress sprays.
Oh, that I hate. Yes. That heats that they shrink the plastic by like
Yes.
heating it.
I'm like, I just need to get into it. Come on. You break all of the fingernails you've been growing forever. Brenda, I'm still working on it. It was a rough week, so I missed a few days of getting my act together. So you'll probably get it this afternoon or tomorrow. Hopefully this afternoon. That's what we're doing when I'm done on here today.
What, invoicing?
Yes. I think I only got 8 invoices completed before the migraine started. And I was like, nope,
Oh,
can't do it.
no, because staring at the screen just makes it worse. I also don't know about the glare on the glass mat. You know what I mean? I have it covered
Yeah.
up with paper today because I just have, this is just all stuff I pulled out for snippets, stashed everywhere on my desk. But I had to order washi because you know how you don't have certain colors.
Yes.
Like, how do I not have any of this color or this? You know, I have a lot of browns and teals. But you know, you get some of those, and then I have a bunch that I'll probably never. Plus, this storage is not really a great storage. It's just a shoebox. But I have some more coming today.
Some washi.
Yeah.
I don't use my washi enough. I
Well,
need to
that's
start.
since I've been doing these. I really like the washi between the pieces. I think it finishes them. You know, but
Ooh, Shauna, you'll have to come on and we'll play with composition books. It is a newfound love that I enjoy them as well.
I got rid of all of mine, but I really like how you're doing them. I really like how you're setting them up
Yeah,
where you could journal or art journal or junk, like
yeah, these
how
are
you
going to
have.
be really grungy and probably not a whole lot of writing space, but I'll leave a few spots here and there.
But even how you just did like a feature page and then left 10 blank pages, then did a feature page.
Yes.
And how Sean cuts them for you so they're that half size.
Yes. So this series will be more of grungies and inserts that are in like this envelope got hinged in there in between some of the papers I tore out.
Well, and that's good because that gives you some storage too. If
Yeah.
somebody's gonna want to do tags or.
So like the back of this, I'll just like grungy it up on the outside and leave the center open for you to write in. And then we just got a little tag here that's a blippy. So different things. I watched a video. I can't think of her name. And I'm like, ooh, I like how she did that.
We were at Juju's last night, and this
Thank you, Carrie.
someone who none of us knew came in
Yeah.
and was asking, like, and she wasn't being mean or anything. She was just asking, what do you do with the junk journals? We were like, well, there's just so many things that you could choose to
Yeah.
do. We were trying to explain that, somebody might art journal in one, somebody else might actually journal, write in it. And,
Yes.
or you might use it as a planner.
Shauna, I think that is who I seen do it. It was one that just like pops up on your feed and you watch it and then you can't find it.
You have to go back to your history.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go back to your history and you'll find it.
So I watched like episode 1 and got the feel of what she was doing, and then I don't like to go and search for the rest of them. If they don't pop up, I don't watch them.
I do. If I like them, I make sure I go back and check out older videos, subscribe. Sometimes when I'm bored, I go over to the suggest tab
Good
and
morning,
search,
Carol.
because you'll find new people that you hadn't ever watched before.
But like when you work full time and then you're trying to get caught up on the people you I don't like to watch new people. Then I get behind on my other videos. I bug Christy every day. All right, let's open up one of these coffee dyed bundles. We're going to use some of this stuff. It's going to be really bulky right in the front. If I do the bulk in the back. When does your school start, Debbie?
The kids go Monday? No, the kids go Wednesday.
Okay. Our school started this week.
Yeah, some of them did here too. We've already been called and asked to go in. I'm like, no, we are not subbing the first week of school, like a classroom that doesn't have a teacher.
Oh, I was going to say that means they're short-staffed?
Yep, that means they doesn't have a teacher.
Wow.
What it probably means is the person either quit at the last minute or got a promotion, and it was a hard to fill kind of. So, but I'm just, I can't long-term sub anyways. Like I can't go be someone for, if I do that, then I'm restricted on what I do all year, like how I sub.
Oh.
So I just don't do that. Plus, why would I want to go do everything the teacher does
For less money?
For way less money? If I'm going to do that, I'll just go back to the classroom and get my full amount, So we just told her we'd be available after the 18th. And it's a new girl doing that job. So now I'm like, what happened to Miss Bella?
Oh, Shauna, I'm going to have to go and subscribe then and watch her if she does a lot of grunge. I like that.
Who is it?
Crafty Cat USA.
I don't know.
She was talking about her son when in the video I watched, who seems to be older. Like he's went off to college or something.
See how fast that comes together?
Wow.
Just needs washing now.
Oh. And I'm sitting over here just playing around, putting one piece in. You got a whole thing done.
Well, what I've been doing is making them and then setting them to the side and then coming back and doing the washi. I'm telling you, I found this today. I was like, oh, I forgot I had that. It's this paper piece Victorian house. I did it for a book. See, I have all of these done.
Wow.
But see what I mean about how the washi just makes a difference?
Yes.
I don't know, it just finishes it. And it's the only time I ever used that glitter washi that I bought.
Shauna, I have all these like project bags that I've started, and they all are Christy. Like Christy pockets, Christy this, Christy that. And I'm like, Christy, you're killing me, girl. So Shauna, what do you do with the books that you altered? Do you sell them? Good morning, Mr. John. How are you? Do you have an Etsy store? Okay, so since I did that, we're going to tear this one. So what is everyone up to today? You guys got big plans? Debbie, you got plans today?
No, not really. I mean, there's things I need to do. I got 2 tables worth of paper behind me drying. I really need to put it under a fan because I have been dyeing papers for the next sale. I was going to ask you, Lindy, I'm going to sell next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think J Mac's going to join me if you wanted to sell with us.
Probably not next weekend.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
I'm playing catch up.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The reason why Patty's went so fast for me is because I mostly sold like the bags and the art. So it was very easy to package. The canvases are the hardest thing. Finding boxes can be the bane of your existence. And it's the long and skinny ones that are hard to find. But I've been trying to get stuff built up for the pajama party sale.
Yes,
I have
been working a lot on that. Well, before this week.
Yeah, because I figure what I don't sell next weekend, I'll just move into that pile. You know what I mean? That's why I've been doing so much paper.
Oh, very nice, Shauna. Signature sewed into the new journal. Oh, Judy, I need to go check out your journal. I'm really behind this week. It's all Sean's fault. So, are you doing well over at Patty's?
Yeah, I've done fine. Like I said, I've been selling. I'm not selling the same thing I sell when we, like on my own channel.
Mm-hmm.
I've been selling things that I have that are complete, not more like what you would use as gifts, artwork and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
A fairy journal, Judy. Kick. That's what she said. I just don't do frou-frou very well. I started working on the next, well, I've been collecting pictures for this project for forever, but I did start working on the next two books. Well, I finished the early 1900s and the 1920s. So the next one's going to be the golden era of Hollywood.
Oh.
And I'm going to kind of go from the 30s to the 50s. And then the next one after that will be kind of a retro vibe in the sense of 50s, 60s, 70s, kind of mid-century modern.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that. So I kind of bounce back and forth between in here or on the laptop.
I did, Judy. It's gorgeous as always. She does fabulous.
Oh, cool, Judy. Okay, that works. And I think next week,
Hey, Sarah.
I'm gonna stream with Juju one night, and we're gonna clean for 15 minutes, craft for like 30, and then clean for 50. You know what I mean? Like where you kind of tag team. Who's on screen and who's off screen cleaning an area.
That'd be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, she had done one before and got a lot done. It was, I think Beth was on, maybe Dana. And they would set a timer.
Gotcha.
Like it's circuit training for, yeah, that's funny. Yes. She's,
Hello,
you know,
Deanna.
they got quite a bit done when they did it. My problem when I clean is a lot of times I make a big mess.
That's me.
You pull everything out.
Yes.
Which can get overwhelming.
Yeah, and you're like, what am I going to do with the rest of this mess?
And I think Juju's talked about, like, she gets distracted by what she's pulling out. Which I've, you know, sometimes that'll help you get, like, if you've been blocked, it'll help your creativity because you'll find something and get inspired again. But I tend to do it where I get like my room so in such a jumble that you can't do anything until you get it all sorted again.
Yes. And see, we cleared everything out and we redid this room and then putting things up. I'm like, oh my, this is a crazy job too.
It's like a puzzle. It's like a Tetris puzzle because you're trying to figure out how it fits. Like, if I put this here and I put this here, well, now I don't have room for this.
Yes.
So then you pull it out and start over. And
you're touching things like 500 times. Like, just go away. And then taking the time to craft and come up with putting things on paper that's in your head and
it's a horrible job, but somebody's got to do it.
Might as well be us. Yeah. You find the little stuff hardest to get through? Oh. Look up the Dana K. White method for cleaning. She doesn't make a mess as she goes. I did it in January. Ooh, Judy, you'll have to send me her information. Dana White.
So is it just doing really little pieces? I mean, how do you completely overhaul an area without?
I still have 2 rooms of stuff to go through. I'm like, that's it. Destashing is going to happen more often.
Yeah, because then you start getting to the point where you're like,
don't want
it gone.
Yes.
Versus go through it.
Yes.
Like, if I sell this, then I don't have to figure out where to home it. Where does it live?
Sean looked at me this morning and he goes, are you ready to just sell it all and we'll start over? I know.
No, that does that put you in a sheer panic?
Yeah, I'm like, no, we're not selling everything.
But I have gotten rid of stuff and then thought, darn, I wish I had that still.
Yes.
Because your craft chain, like what you are doing, can sometimes, your interest.
Yeah.
Now, certain things I don't miss. Like, I don't miss the alcohol inks because the smell was just too much. It didn't used to bother me, and then it just got where it really
that one.
Would bother. That's right. Judy says make her a mod and she'll go find a link.
Gotcha. Let me get over to YouTube. I forgot I sold the last time.
Oh, yeah. Where you unmod everybody?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh. Oh, Mama Juju's on right now.
Yeah. I didn't know what time she was gonna. But it, like I said, it's not craft. It's not specifically craft.
It looks like she's got some journals sitting up there now.
She may. Yeah.
Ledgers, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Look, I'm trying to destash and I'm like, ooh, look. Squirrel.
Buy something.
click on the other thing. Click on the other thing. All right, Judy, I'm getting there.
It's
Should
like
have had YouTube.
Vanessa last night. Went
Yes.
to get a link and got distracted. This carpet tape stuff is sticky.
All right, Judy, you have been modded. Bye, Carol. Thank you for coming in today. All right. See, now she's done it because I got to see.
Are you looking at what Juju's selling?
I am. I'm like, I got to see these books because I love the covers.
Oh, yeah, because this lady would have probably had a lot of books.
Ooh,
and people don't necessarily buy the books in the people that came to like the live in-person sale probably bought more like plates and furniture, you know what I mean? Like garage sale.
Yeah.
Where Juju's trying to, she may have pulled stuff that she knew junk journal people would want and use.
Yeah. All right. Let me get. All of these because I'm going to reuse my paper as I go too.
And I bought that glue that Bitty Penny uses. Because I was trying to, it's less expensive than art glitter glue because I go through this so many times. It's not as thick, it's more like Barely Arts, but I did change the cap on it. Because when I got this, I messed up the cap, so the metal tip won't work because I did it wrong. So I had to buy a new cap for this bottle. So I just bought some caps on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm using it right, but it's got this little piece that looks like it goes on it actually looks like the end of like what you would use it on a syringe or something, right? But what I did with it, I don't know if that's how you use it, is I put it in the middle of the cap.
Okay.
So that it restricts the flow of the glue to a narrower stream.
Oh.
And that seemed to help because I was having problems with this, like dripping, because it's not as thick. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll still use my art glitter glue, but more when I want a thin bead.
Yeah.
This can be like if I'm gluing a bigger piece all over, I'll use this. But if it's a real fine line and I'm worried about it leaking out, I'll use the art glitter. So that'll make the art glitter glue last. And there's times when I've been using this. So now I can use these kind of together. Like when I'm doing the bags.
Yeah.
I've been using the art glitter glue like at the top and on the edges. I use this all over. But now I'll use these two together. So this will kind of be an in-between This is almost gone. I have another one though. I got it on sale for like $12. They're normally like $32. I'm like,
Oh. And I got some Yes paste coming.
I didn't like my Yes paste
You did not?
because I couldn't figure out how to get it out of the ding dang container without getting a mess all over my hands, and to spread it without, like, if it had a hard app, because the one I got was like about this big, a round tub, right?
Yeah.
It's about this size but short. So I was taking like an old gift card and sticking in there. I mean, I liked the product, but I found that I wouldn't use it because it was so messy to spread it. To like get it out and to spread it was my problem. So I don't know what people use to like.
I hope everybody understands.
All right.
So it'll be interesting to, because like what you're doing with the journal covers.
Uh-huh.
Yes paste is really good to spread a thin layer and then glue, because the paper doesn't wrinkle. I mean, it has a nice consistency. It's just finding a good way to spread it.
Gotcha.
Maybe the hardware store, maybe a hard, like a hard spatula, you know, like you would use for spreading drywall.
Yeah.
Rigid. Maybe that would be like scooping it out with a palette knife or something and then spreading it with something like that. Because maybe what I was using was too soft, like didn't have if it had a hand, like if I'd taken something like this would spread it just fine. I didn't have this at the time. This would spread it just fine. You know, you can buy these like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Inexpensive, and they're hard plastic. That would be good for spreading it.
Okay.
But getting it out, you need something that won't bend, that you can scoop some out and put it down and then like spread it thin. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that uses it or not. I know Bonnie, who's at Juju's, uses it a lot, swears by it. But I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how people who use it get it out without making an ungodly mess. And I would get, you know, I'd like have it on my hands, and then you're sticking to your project. And I don't mind getting messy. It's just, there are limits, I guess. I don't know.
All right, that's gonna go there. I'm just kind of getting the book in order today on how I want this laid out.
All right, I'm gonna go to the Cleaning Ladies link and subscribe on my phone where I can see that link.
Yes.
Then I can look at it later. Save it to my watch later. Then come back to us. Because I have to have my phone sitting with the chat, because I can't see it on the computer. It's too far away and too small. the print.
Oh, yes.
So I can't look at the computer, and if I mod and then I'm sitting at the keyboard typing, I'm not, at my desk necessarily. I just took stuff this morning and just dumped it out of like 2 bins. I
Yeah.
don't know. It was just leftover. I don't know what it was from. So now I'm trying to sort it, throw it, figure out what to do. It's either going to be made into a snippet or sorted today. But it can't go back in a bin. That's my bad habit, real bad. I love these from the Dollar Tree. These baskets.
Yes.
So I'll sort because they hold paper. So I'll start sorting stuff and then they stack really well in themselves, and I'll stack them. Instead
At
of
school time, the Dollar Tree gets these little teacher boxes, and I love those. They got a lid that flips down on them.
Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 3 wire baskets around me of those with stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to work on cleaning with Juju, is like just putting things back where they belong to some degree.
I think that's what we all struggle with. Putting things where they need to go.
I used to keep every little scrap.
I did too. And now as I'm finding it, and even like the cutout ephemera pieces, I'm putting in like a decorated bag, and I'm selling all the ephemera, throwing all the scraps away, because I'm like, until I get organized, I'm not keeping this stuff.
Yeah, so that's my goal, is just to start, or at least put it where it belongs. Because I have these little drawers for small pieces, color coordinated,
Yeah.
but the pieces don't always get in there.
Yeah, the cleaning and organizing is a full-time job.
Okay. I get like these. They're just little offcuts of dyed paper. And I'm like, but I could use that somewhere. I shouldn't throw it away. And
Yes.
then the other part of me is like, why are you keeping that?
Hello, Aaron. Good morning.
Morning, Aaron.
Come on. Do one more.
And I don't know about you, Lindy, when you ship stuff, do you get a bunch of these? I don't know how you print your labels, but I get this.
I have a label machine.
Oh, okay. Well, I print on my regular printer.
Uh-huh.
So every time I print a label, I get this left over. I can't throw it away.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw it away either.
So I've been like mopping up extra dies, stamping on them.
Yes.
I need to get out the jelly plate and jelly print because I'm actually really almost out of jelly prints.
Wow.
I did those trifolders and I busted a whole bunch of jelly paper with those. Which was a good thing, you know, because my goal is to really just like get rid of excess. So, because January's coming fast.
It is.
You know? We still don't know if we're going to have to move or not move. I figured that they'll tell us what our rent will be in like October, November kind of ballpark.
Oh. Yeah.
So then we'll be able to decide. There are some houses just around the corner from us that are renting for less. So we're hoping we can use that as a little bit of leverage. Our neighbors did. They said, listen, they didn't sign their lease. And the people emailed them back and said, we noticed you haven't signed your lease. And so Sue said, well, we've been looking really hard around the corner. There's 3-bedroom houses that are leasing for $1,700. And she said, we've been here, XYZ, and we just haven't really gotten much. And the lady was like, well, what would it take for you to stay? So she listed off a whole bunch of things. And then she got like a new stove with the microwave on top. Something else. She got some things done in the house that, you know,
Yeah.
upgrades, and they didn't go up on their rent hardly at all. Like they got, you know, she reduced what she was going to. So I told Bob, I said, that's what we need to do for one, is we need to not sign the lease initially, hold out, and try to bargain. Because if push comes to shove, I'll move around the corner. I don't want to, because we've been here, gosh, almost 8 years.
Wow.
So you would think they wouldn't want somebody, and we don't, you know, we're not any problem. And
I think the problem nowadays is everybody is
Well, they can
getting,
get an such an inflated price.
yes, like, I just feel like the whole world is getting greedy.
Yes. But the problem is, and I think that we're seeing that in our neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
people can't stay. They can't pay those prices. So
Yeah.
yes, they come in and then they rent and then they move out in the middle of the night. Well, we haven't gone anywhere in 8 years. Nobody's called the police, or we don't call in work orders, or, don't have any of those issues like some of the people on our street do. And they've had problems with squatters too, with empty, like they're not renting them. They stay empty a lot longer than they used to.
Yeah.
So the greed is coming back to roost, I think, a little bit in our favor again. You know what I mean? We're not buying a house, Aaron. First of all, we're retired, so we don't have the income. But they're overpriced. We were gonna, but we almost, like, we had done everything but close, and we walked away because as we sat there, the mortgage was going higher and higher. It was less than 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, very small yard. And it was going to be, well, when we first looked, it looked like it was going to be just under 2,300 a month mortgage, all everything all in, right? Right before our close was going to come up, it had jumped to 27 because of interest rising and this rising and that rising. So we pulled out. We lost our earnest money. And that was when we were working. We're not working full, like we couldn't qualify to pay. You can't get a house here probably hardly under 3 because of our growth rate. People coming in from other states, California, just keep making it crazy.
Wow.
So we decided that there was no way. We did not want to have to support that kind of mortgage. We'd be upside down. And at our age, that was not anything we were interested in. So this way, if we want to move back to East Texas, we can, we may, eventually. The asking price was $312. Yeah, I think it was $312. Darn, cuss words. And not a lot of house for $312.
Not good.
No. Don't you live in one of them cold places?
She does.
It's cold enough here, and I'd rather go. If I go anywhere, it's going south again. It will not. Well, East Texas isn't really south, but we could live in the country again if we went back to East Texas. I do miss small town. So I bet it's pretty, Erin. Plus, we learned from Vegas not to leave Texas.
Well, here Las Vegas is
A horrible
struggling.
place to live and teach.
Well, I hear that a lot of places are going out of business and things because people aren't going there now.
Well, probably not, because you can go other places and gamble, because so many states have added gamble-esque, like,
Yes.
I think it goes through, but it was too far from home. That was the biggest thing. It was when Bob's aunt was gonna pass. They knew that she didn't have long to live, and he wanted to see her, but we couldn't afford the flight. I mean, it's too far to drive, so that's when we decided it was time to just come back home.
Yeah.
We had really big classes there, and I mean big. My smallest was 36.
Wow.
42 was kind of the norm. That's a lot of middle school students in one room. And it was nothing to like lose 25 kids every quarter and get 25 new kids. Because what they were doing was they were from California, and they would fall on hard times. So they'd come to Vegas and work and kind of like get themselves back together, and then they'd move back. Or their parents had service jobs and they'd move across town. So they were still in Vegas, but they didn't go to that school.
Gotcha.
So it was too far from home. I mean, I'm not born in Texas, but Texas is home.
Hello, Miss Vasey. How are you?
Hi, Debbie. Well, I think that's just money, Erin, that people are afraid to, they don't have that discretionary income. Plus, I don't know. I don't know if it's still like COVID related, in the sense that we kind of got out of that habit.
agree, Aaron. Happening everywhere.
A lot of people do staycations.
Hello, Miss Deb. How are you?
Hi, Deb. All the Debbies are coming in.
They are. So did Casey share with you guys that he has a Lindy at his work?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. I was like, get out of here.
Does she spell it right though?
She's got an extra N in her name. But yeah, kind of close enough.
Yeah, because Lindy is a common.
Yes.
So I can't say I've had a lot of Lindys in class. It's not a real, like Ashley. You could have, or Jenna, like some names you can get 3 or 4. And of course, they
Yes.
put them all in the same classroom, and you're like, why?
Yeah, just put them in someone else's for a little
Why do you have to put
while.
everybody named John in the same room?
Yes.
One year when I taught in South Texas, I had 3 Jesus R. Garcias. They had exactly the same name, basically. And they were used to it. So they were like, I'm Jesse, I'm JR, I'm Jesus. I was like, works for me.
Yes. Debbie lives in northern New York and she loves her home. She's been there for 42 years.
That sounds really pretty until the snow comes. Well, then it's pretty to look at.
Yeah, it would be pretty if I didn't have to go to work.
Yeah. My dad, when he moved back to Nebraska, they moved back to my grandparents' farm. My stepmom's parents had passed and they had left the house to them. And I was sort of surprised because my dad feels about winter like I do. And he said, but it's different when you're retired because I don't have to go drive in it.
Yeah.
If it's bad weather, I just don't go out. He said, just like we don't go to work. So he said, but it's when you had to go to work in it or drive your kids to school and it kept you from doing something. He said, now if it keeps me from doing something, I just don't care. Because he had that retired attitude about it. But he doesn't live there now. My brother does, I think. My half brother. He moved to town because he didn't want to be that far from like a hospital after my stepmom passed.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to be out in because they lived like on a country road, like not paved, caliche, gravel.
Gotcha. stuff down. Oh, okay. That's cool, Basie. You live really close to the border.
That is cool.
Oh. So Judy has a half sister that lives in Rochester, New York, and
I want to go to New York. That's where all my genealogy leads back to.
is New York.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to New York City, but we're going to meet Aaron and Chris at the retreat, and then maybe we can get up there and stay at her Airbnb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of them, it's like, seems like the Albany area, for a lot of them. And my dad's real dad, thought it was Rochester, but I don't remember now. I'll have to look on my ancestry.com. But he was never raised by them, or he has no memory of them.
Yeah.
Like it was, I mean, it sounds like a novel. It was, my dad was born in 1940, and his mom and his dad lived with her parents because that, of course, he was born in July, and then Pearl Harbor happened in December. And he worked, I think he may have worked with my great-grandfather, but he ended up in the military. They went back to New York at some point after my dad was born, but his family didn't like my grandma. Like I think they were rich or had money, but I'm not sure. So they came back to Nebraska, and my grandmother got pregnant again in 42 or 43. I think she actually had the baby in 42. Well, by this, I guess he's an alcoholic is what I'm thinking. But he got drunk, beat her, and left her like tied up.
Oh.
In a rental house. My dad went and told my great grandparents, and they agreed that she could they would support her in a divorce on the condition that she put the baby up, who is 1 year old by this time, almost 2, for adoption. So she did. So he goes away, never to be heard of again. My grandma ends up meeting and marrying who I consider my grandpa during, and they get married in 45 at the end of the war. Fast forward, my dad's 13. He's in a park. And this kid comes up to him and says, "Is your name?" And he tells my dad his name. And my dad's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm your brother."
Oh.
Because my Uncle Bob, it was an open adoption through the church. He knew he was adopted. Like, his adopted parents were so sweet. They had adopted him through the same church that my great grandparents went to, I guess. But my grandmother refused to in any way acknowledge my Uncle Bob, even after he connected with my dad. I don't think she could handle it emotionally. But that man, I found out, went on to have another family and abandoned them in a very similar manner. He had 2 boys. That man found me on Ancestry.com, and I was like, "No, you're not my dad's cousin. You're my dad's." When he told me this story, I was like, "Oh, you're my dad's brother." But my dad wouldn't ever, like, it was the hidden secret kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
he never would, like, say, "Oh, I'd like to meet him." He would never do that. And we lived but he had a relationship with my Uncle Bob. In fact, that's how we ended up in Texas. And my grandmother would come to visit, and Billy and Bob would come over to the house because my dad and Bob were partners in a business. And my grandmother would sit down and eat dinner and act like he was just my dad's partner, not her son.
Wow.
Which was so weird to us because his parents, the adopted parents, were like super, like, it never hid it. It was never, I didn't know who he was when in Omaha when we were kids and we would see them. I didn't know. I only knew after, like, hearing some kind of story I wasn't supposed to like little pictures have big ears kind of thing. Being somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, and I heard a story. And then, of course, that was my whole goal on Ancestry, was, who is this man? His name was Cottingham. I always thought it was sad that my grandma was, I think it was shame, maybe. And he was a very nice man. He was like, I had the best parents. He never, like, held anything against my grandmother for it or any, like I said, he was open about it. And I was always like, this should be a book or a Hallmark movie, Lifetime.
after my dad passed, I had someone on Facebook reach out to me. And she was like, "Hi, I'm your cousin." And I'm like, "No, I know all of my cousins. Sorry, you have the wrong Franklins." And she was like, "No, your dad was my dad's brother." And I'm like, "No, I know my dad's brothers. But my grandfather had a child before he met my grandmother that he never told anyone about.
Mm-hmm.
And she was his daughter. And
They had no idea that it would all come home to roost.
yeah, and I was like, "I'm sorry." She said, "Well, let's meet. We're family." Blah. And I'm like, no, thank you. I don't like my dad's other family. So
Yeah, I know 2 or 3 people that are adopted that found their biological family using Ancestry. They would find like an aunt or uncle, you know, they would find somebody that was blood related and then just dig from there, and they usually could figure out who it was. That
yeah,
was,
I was
you know,
like,
one of the parents. And a lot of times it's somebody having a baby out of wedlock, very young age. Yeah, they do. One of on my dad's side, my
good morning,
grandmother's
Toonie.
father, he thought he was adopted, and turned out his adopted father was his real father.
Oh,
He'd had an affair with a maid
ah,
because his mama was the maid. She was listed in the census.
yeah, all kinds of those
My
secrets
dad was
come
like,
out.
wow. And they changed the spelling of their names too sometimes. So
Wow.
like one family spelled it this way, and it'd be like 2 brothers got mad and changed the way they spelled their name, or when they came to America, they chose to spell it to make it more American, but in a different way. I saw that a lot on some of the stuff. But I hit a wall, so I just haven't worked on it. I hit a wall in New York. I can't get the Websters
We
back.
lose track when my dad's mother, her mom, we've got her birth certificate, but her mother was on the Trail of Tears.
Mm-hmm. I
And
did find Bob's Indian grandma.
but she was like taken off of the Trail of Tears, so there's no way to get her traced back to the Cherokee tribe.
And a lot of those records burned.
Yes.
And we thought, okay, well, it'll show up in his ancestry, but it didn't.
No.
The Irish showed up, not the Indian. Because it was one of those, the man was Irish or Scottish. I think there was a fire at the reservation, at the place where they lived, her and her brother, and they came in Oklahoma, and they came to Texas and lived with like a missionary couple who had worked at the reservation. Like they came to be probably servants, right? And she ended up marrying a white man on a ranch out in Texas. next to where the missionary people lived. So we knew that she was Indian. We just didn't have any proof. But I can't even remember now what I found, but I found some kind of documentation that proved it. But not enough to like where Bob could get
Benefits.
yeah. But
Yeah, because if you can prove it and you get it justified and all of that good stuff, you inherit land out in the reservations. I tried to do it so I could adopt a Native American child.
mhm.
You have to be Native American, and we couldn't get it traced back that far legally.
Oh, I stumbled on it. The reason why I started Ancestry was Bob was in a class for counseling, a psychology counseling class. He was working on his master's in counseling, and he had to do a family tree.
Yes.
And I ended up doing it because I'm tech savvy and I already had an Ancestry account. So I dug and did it. And I had to so he goes to his professor and he goes, "Is a poster board okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And he goes, "And we have to have all these lines because we had to put lines that showed relationships like married, divorced, deceased." Well, I don't know if you've ever heard me say, but Bobby's mom was married 13 times.
You tell me that she was married quite a bit, but not that many times.
Yeah, 13 times. And his grandmother, her mother, had 5 marriages. And to put all of that on a family tree, you can start really running out of room. You're like, "Can I please fold and make it fold? Like, can I make it collapse and can it not be digital?" And Bob was like, "No, it can't be." And I was like, "But you don't understand."
This is a lot
And
of
then
pages.
and I would send him to class and to make it, "Well, ask this or ask that." So he'd ask and he'd come back and tell me the answer. And then the professor was like, "That is the most complicated family tree I've ever seen on this assignment." He's like, "Your wife deserves a gold medal." I was like, "See, Bob, it's not just me."
Yeah, things that our ancestors did.
They thought they were buried deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of his like Irish great grand did that where you run and get property in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And he married an Indian. So Bob, we knew like he had a lot of Irish.
I used my Indian heritage once at a store. This couple was berating this little Oriental lady, telling her that she needed to go back to her country and blah, blah, blah. And after a few minutes, I looked at them and I said, "She'll go back when you go back to your country. You stole our land."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Excuse me, you're white." I was like, "I'm not. I might look white, but I'm not." Sean was like, "Lindy, can you just..." Nope. I'm not going to be quiet. People are hateful.
Well, it's like when Vanessa was telling that story, and the woman, they had obviously broken the rule, but she had an attitude. And I'm
Yeah.
sure the rule existed for a valid reason. Like maybe the graduates couldn't get to where they were supposed to be backstage from that entrance.
Right.
You know, like maybe there wasn't access. And I'm sure those kids were told
Numerous
well in
times.
advance what to do.
Yep. All right. Now we're going to let this one dry. What do you think, Shauna? Gonna grungy these up. This one I did in black, just so I'm not sure that I'm loving the black. So
I had some black 6x6 and I cardstock like to paint on. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna love this. And I found it really difficult to to work with, in the sense that things just disappeared. And
I thought the black would look better on here since, you know, Halloween is dark, but I'm not sure I'm a fan of it for this project anyway.
yeah.
So we're gonna let some of the black show through, but go over it. Thank you, everyone. Hello, Miss Patty Crane. How are you this morning?
Morning, Patty, and anybody else who came in that I missed.
All right, let's let this dry and then we'll come back and ink and spray and add more layers. All right, so we have covers going. My old Co's charge comes in handy. I love it. Keep it with my gesso. All right, what other images do we have? Because I got some more books. Right, I'm going to use this little girl somewhere. And I got my stone crystal sand texture paste. I'm going to play with this by Little Birdie. And then I also got the graphite dust.
I have a whole bottle of the graphite, liquid graphite that I was going to use with watercolors, and I just haven't. I've never even opened it.
And then I'm going to use some of this to hinge some of my stuff. These were the All-In Creates I picked out. These two, I'm not sure. These three are yes. Because I love my All-In Create. He does. Yeah, I'm trying to get Brenda to go get me some of those graph paper things, and I'll buy them from her, and then I can cut those in half and have graph paper.
The ones you bought from me, Lindy, were graph paper.
Ooh,
If you have them sitting somewhere,
yeah,
you may have used them.
Nope, I haven't used them. I need to open.
But wherever they are, they're graph paper.
Okay.
Because that's all I had was I'd ordered those for an art journal project. And the least expensive way to order them was to order like a large quantity of them, because they're so much more than the regular.
Yes. And yeah, Erin, when school starts, Walmart will carry the half composition books already in half.
You know who will cut them is like Office Depot. Will cut magazines and things like that for you if you take them in. I don't know what they charge, but I know Dee Dee was taking her summer sets and getting them chopped in half to do art journals.
Oh.
That size. So I'm sure if you took a composition notebook, they have a machine that will just chop, like a paper cutter, that they cut big stacks of paper and manuscripts and books and things like that. And I don't think they charge a whole lot to do it. Staples too, probably. We don't hardly have any Staples left here. We don't hardly have any Office stores left.
We still have an Office Depot. No, we have Staples. No Office Depot.
I think we have one Staples, a couple Office Depots. We used to have an Office Max. We have a FedEx Kinko's and UPS, but they don't do as many. Well, the FedEx Kinko's location is big, has copiers and does all kinds of stuff. Because that's where I would go take my USB and get my colored prints. You just take your USB with the PDF on it already. You get one ready, load it so you know what you want to do, and you plug it into their color copier and put your own paper. And they charge you for, it's a discounted copy.
Okay.
Oh, good, Shauna. Good. I should probably make more bunnies. I just haven't.
Good morning,
I
Jacqueline.
had to clean my scissors. They were too much glue on them from the carpet tape cutting on the edges and the sides. They get gummy pretty easy.
So let me get this right. Shauna, the grungy princess, has bunnies in her craft room.
My bunnies aren't real. They're different, Lindy.
I have to give her a hard time.
Some of them are grungy sometimes.
I like the grungy, and I have Mary Poppins in my craft room.
I did themes. I did themes a lot of times. Like there was a steampunk one, and She has the David Bowie one. Ruby Jane, she's like in bright colors.
Okay.
So they weren't. I just couldn't keep them, and when I went to live sales, I would just sell those right and left.
She said, yes, I do. These are Debbie's bunnies.
They're hares with big eyelashes. Most of them I made on, in fact, the ones that you have are probably in old videos, Shauna. I would bet money and guarantee it pretty much. I know the David Bowie one is.
Debbie's a wonderful artist. I couldn't do it. My stick people don't even come out straight.
Hi, Jacqueline. Okay, Jacqueline, you're here. So I'll show you what I do, or what I've been doing. I use these trays.
Here, let me put it on Debbie because I'm just tearing paper. Here we go.
So what I've been doing, I use these trays, and I used to brush it all on and then put it in, but lately I've just been pouring some of the dye liquid in, and I float one piece of paper, and I use this brush. I'm going to have to find some more of these brushes and cover it, and then put another, and I put till I have a stack of like 25 to 50 in here. And then there's no liquid left. It's like all on the paper. There's very, very little liquid. And then I set it to the side and let it sit overnight. And then the next day, I take and flop out the papers. So this stack is from the other day. It's a brown stack. So it's darker on the bottom, but it gets lighter at the top because that's where I ran out of that was like the end of the liquid. And they're just stacked drying. Usually I put these stacks under the fan, but I've been doing other stuff. So I've done, and I have 5 of those trays. I'll do 5 colors at a time. When I do the grungy ones with the stencils, I work in this. And I put the paper down and then 2 stencils, and I put the paper down and 2 stencils. And I let it sit on here under a fan and dry. But like I said, I need to go on Amazon and find more of these brushes. My favorite.
Jacqueline, I missed your sale yesterday. What colors did you have yesterday and anything left? Do I need to go back and
Let
watch?
me go back to the thing. I have Erin. The only problem I've run into, but I resolved it, was she had this. She had some of these tulips, and they're gel. I don't think originally they were a gel. I think they're so old because they came from that storage.
Oh.
So, but I got enough of the gel out to add some water to it and let it kind of dissolve. And then I added water in the bottle. This one's not, this one's more liquid, but the brown, I didn't think I was going to get it out. But the fun ones have been these. Just a powder in a bottle. with a cap, and the cap is the only indication of what color it is. These are
Oh.
some brand that was for dyeing yarn.
Okay.
'Cause
I
I
got
think,
bottles like that, and it's in my tie-dye kit.
yes, but that's not tie-dye because I believe it's the same. I think it's a Tulip brand.
Uh-huh.
I think it's this because when I open these up, like this one says by the sea, it's like a navy, I guess. I didn't even look. Yeah. But it's slightly different. But see how the bottles are different? So it's something similar to that. But they've been fun to use because I just fill them up with water and then I kind of mix, and they're primary colors. So I just sort of mix them and see what I get to do with. And then she had, I haven't used this, but she had folk art dye. Never seen or heard of folk art. Haven't used any of it. A lot of it's pink. This lady was really like pink. And then the last was she had some of this. Now this is what Di likes, Dylon. But I think Jacqueline doesn't like. Yeah, but Johnny had bought that. It was like a storage locker.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah.
was full of craft stuff. And then she auctioned it all. Well, she had all the dye set to the side because she didn't know what to do with it because it was liquid. She wasn't going to sell it to me because she was afraid. Yeah, I use RIT. That's my go-to. But I bought all this, so I'm using it with RIT usually. And I just mix things. And then when bottles are done, do you do this, Jacqueline? Or am I the only crazy person? This is not this color. This is not this color. This says coffee, but it's actually gone a little more green. I need to change that. This says purple rust because I start mixing things. And I'm like, oh, what if I do this? What will I get? Can I get this? Yeah, I am crazy. And then I save these and make my own mixes and label. I hardly ever throw these away. And then I just label them what they are. Because I use it mostly at a concentrated level. Oh, I don't mix mine. I just mix. I mix it. Typically, I either put it in a cup like this to brush and do, or I put it in spray bottles. Though I will say I'm having problems with a lot of these spray bottles, which frustrates me. They get gunked up in the little pump part. So I
Yes.
need to just soak the lids is what I need to do. Can you imagine the color you can get from just soaking the lids? So I've been trying to come up with different grunge combinations. And I think I come up with something a little different and then it comes out and I'm like, oh, that's not anything. And then I use this because it's the only, can you tell it's well loved? And I pump out lots of water with this when I'm doing it. It's nothing to go through 2 or 3 of these a week. I do have this too, but it doesn't give me enough water and I get frustrated. It empties too soon. because I brush, when I do the stencils, I brush on the dye, then I put stencils down. Then I spray the next paper on the bottom with water and lay it down on top so that dye will wick up into the wet paper, which is how I get that's how I get the grungy, that's how I get this, is doing that kind of method. But I'm about out of these doubles. I don't have any books left with the double size. So I'm going to have to start doing singles in the grunge.
I don't like him. This one I'm liking.
Judy's asking how Sean's cold is.
I have more Mucinex coming in the mail today.
That
Well,
makes such a
delivered.
difference.
Deanna, I will. I don't have my phone in the craft room this morning. I left it in the other room. So when I'm done, I will go look. Those are grungy good, Debbie.
Yeah.
Oh. Jacqueline uses the industrial spray bottles, which is
Yeah.
probably a smart thing to do.
I have so many because this is full of spray bottles. So this was the more affordable. Plus to have all those bottles out, because I may have 6, 7 bottles to the side when I'm dying of blues and greens or rust or whatever I'm trying to do in the grunge. Guess a big piece of washi is going there. And I put everything in here. I probably can show you if I move the camera.
I'll make him come in here and say hi to everyone here in a bit.
See, I put everything in a cart.
She has
One of
just a little bit.
It's
Just a
going
little
to be up there. It's the lag on YouTube. It's upside down because my camera. But I put all, that's all dye.
I think you need some more.
I had to justify what I bought.
Not quite enough, I don't think.
But I've still had to order some because, like I said, the dye from Johnny was a lot of pink. And then those tall bottles. But like I said, I've been having fun exploring those bottles and just mixing and just, you know.
I think I'm going to have to cover some more books.
But I don't do any naturals. I just don't have the patience.
Hello,
with
Miss
it.
Lucy.
Like Lucy does those fabulous eco dye.
And now
They're
she's making
so
her
pretty.
own paper.
I know, and that is a chore too. To blend it all and
Ooh, that would be a cool little page to put in one of these. something, right?
I did turmeric once too. And that was, I did the beet juice. The beet juice wasn't bad. The turmeric was a nightmare. I still swear there's turmeric dust on stuff. Because it just didn't dissolve all the way, is the problem.
Good morning, Weenie.
Morning, Weenie.
So, Erin, how did you like the turmeric? Oh, Jacqueline likes how it develops in the sun.
Oh, see, I don't put mine outside. The yard men it gets dirty and bugs in it.
Oh, ouch, Lucy. See, Erin lives up north. I don't think she has the problem with bugs outside like we do.
Well, I don't have
Jacqueline,
this space right here is what's outside my back door. Literally like a 2 foot by 3 foot, just enough to stand on. And Bob has the grill on it, so he doesn't have to move it when the yard guys come. So that's the only place that's in the sun, which makes it a bummer if you're trying to put something outside to dry, if you can't get it in the sun. So then I'm setting it on the ground. And that's when you get, the yard blows grass and the yard men come that day. You're like, plus one of my epic spills was when I was going outside with it.
Oh.
Right there in the doorway. Bob was not happy. It was like, really? And we mopped it up fast. Jacqueline will appreciate this. The other day, the bottom of my feet were orange. And so I cleaned it all off. And then a little while later, they were orange again. And I couldn't figure out why. And I noticed in the bottom of my flip-flops had orange stain. And I was like, that makes no sense. Well, the day that the orange dye spilled and ran down my leg, some of it went on the floor, and I mopped up as much as I could with paper and stuff, right? Not to waste it.
Yeah.
Well, then I used the Shark and mopped up and wet wipes and cleaned up the floor when I was done. But there must have been a layer of orange. So every time I was taking a shower and then my feet were damp and I was coming in and sitting on the laptop and my feet were when I was printing shipping labels or something, and my feet were under the desk, that tile had that orange on it. So my damp feet were reactivating some of that dye, but I've mopped it since. So, but we could, at first and I was like, where's this coming from? Yes. Yeah. When something spills, I'm like, grab every piece of paper you can. But I haven't had bad spills, but that orange one was bad because I had a big cup of orange dye that I knocked straight over. I've also had the problem of overfilling with the funnel. I think it's got room in the bottle. And then I find out, oh, no, when I get this little puddle around the bottom of the bottle.
Oh, Weenie just spilled her coffee. She needs to run and grab the paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. I don't know if I have one. Let me look. I'll show you what I did with some of this, one of the snippets, or some of them. I think I have one of them left.
Brenda, did your daughter go buy more composition books this morning?
That's what I did with one of the. I did with some of the snippets. So I put them at the top of a bag.
Oh.
After I had them all done, I did the bag and then I added the snippet as the border at the top.
Very
Those
nice.
were fun. I had several, but I've sold a bunch of those bags. In fact, I'm out of the small size. All I have is the bigger size. Well, I have a few left from Patty's sale that I'll have next.
Ladies, look at, I need participation from the bleachers.
Make yourself big, Lindy, because we can't see it all.
Here's one layout.
Love, love.
And this one. So tell me if you think something needs to change. This one I thought about putting some werewolves on, but I don't know, because I like these kids.
Could you put a werewolf on that right side, like on the moon, and maybe one kid might work?
Maybe. Let's see if I can find my little werewolf guy.
I like the composition of the bottom two a lot.
These,
The top right, that's a lot of people.
a lot of people. Okay.
There needs something to tie, like maybe a web behind them or something would tie it together. You know what I mean? I don't mind the two on the top. I said that wrong. The top left is a lot of people.
Here.
You know what I mean? Like the woman and I like the two kids together just fine. But the one on the top left, you've got the man and the woman and the little girl. Maybe two people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah, the moon is cool. And I like those two kids together. Yeah, the top left is
busy with people. Okay.
but two people's good, and then it needs something to like think of like is that her that grew up to be the adult or something? You know, like
Yeah.
why are they connected? The woman and the man might be okay too, but you know, like find some connecting thing that's not people-ish. Like,
let's go this way. And then I can add
I
some.
like them together a lot. And then you can just put some lace elements and web or something. Because those two kids go together.
Yes. Like brother and sister.
Yeah, like almost like evil twins. And you could put the woman with the back on with the moon.
With the werewolf?
Yeah, put the werewolf and the moon, flip the moon to the left side of the werewolf and put the woman on the right side. You might be able to Or the man, like maybe the man turns into the werewolf.
Let me see. I got another image. Let me find it. Let's see what you guys think. So there's another werewolf. So let me see if I do it like this. Come on.
Yeah, don't buy too many glue sticks at one time. They dry out.
I'm not liking this one, I don't think.
Mm.
I don't like him.
Mm-mm. I like the werewolf in the moon. Well, put the top two to the side and work on the bottom two. And maybe something will resolve itself, you know?
Yeah, because I want something else on here too. So we'll keep looking. It's a big kit. A big kit.
But maybe it's something like, see like that wheel, with the little girl. Maybe it's another bird or a black flower or some lace,
I think I might have scored for the kids. I do have a bat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Let me see if I can find the page with the bat. I think I'll be running to the Dollar Tree to see if they got some kind of web. Like that.
Yeah, that kind that you like decorate with.
Yes. Like, I got plenty of this. I don't have the white web. Here we go. for those of you that don't know, Miss Jacqueline is going to be joining us for our pajama sale this time. And JMac.
Yeah, it was when I got on the phone with JMac and she showed me everything she had. I was like, girl, we need to be buying that. We would buy that. She was like, no, nobody wants this. I was like, you don't know us very well.
Yes.
And then she came on to Patty's and then she messaged me later and she was like, I was surprised they really she was surprised. I was like, I told you.
So she did well at Patty's?
Yes,
Good.
both times. And because she took her phone and showed me, she has so much stuff from when she went to live sales, like me. She has a lot, but hers is ceramics and jewelry. Mine's paintings. And she's been going to some shows again now. But
yes,
it just piles up.
These are the other covers. These are the ones I've got drying. So this one's drying, and then I'm going to ink and spray. And then we've got this one. And we've got this one that I worked on last night. And I think this one's going to be my favorite. And then we got this little pocket here.
Lindy, did you see Deanne's message? She wants to buy
This one?
bottom right, she said.
Okay.
I think what's on your table. I think the one with with the raven.
Yeah. Okay.
I think she's calling dibs.
Well, then, Miss Deanna, you will be here for the process. Do you want it super grungy? This kit is so big, it's hard to narrow things down. You get overwhelmed. I'm like, oh. But I love it. Okay. Let's go back this way. Okay.
She said yes. Doesn't matter. She likes the grunge.
Okay.
Be fun because if you don't know what goes inside, so it'll be like you'll know what the cover looks, but it'll be a surprise for the inside. I mean, even when you show them when you're selling them, you can't see the glorious detail as when you get it home and it gets in your house and then you see how gorge it is. You know?
I hope so, because I think I'm gonna put Okay. Hmm.
Oh,
Oh, this is weird. This is super weird to work with.
is it the web stuff or?
It's the graphite dust. It feels like gravel.
Hmm.
So that's going to be cool. It says stone texture paste. Should have done that on a piece of paper. Lucy, it feels like rocks. It feels like it has little bitty rocks in it.
Kind of like that stuff you add to paint to make texture paint.
No, it feels like it feels like a little bitty mini rocks.
Hmm.
Which is probably why it says stone. Stone paste. I've never used it before. I bought it from someone. So I'm curious to see what this one does. Crystal sand. I paid for dirt, yes.
But don't tell Sean.
Yeah, let me show you guys. So it feels like it's actual rocks. See that in there? Kind of weird. Kind of weird, but I like it. It's messy. All right, let's put this one down. Let's see what we want to use on this one.
And do they wanted to know if is that a ledger plate page you're using as your drop cloth?
It is. So then when I get done, it'll be all nice and grungy for me. It was one of those great big ones, and I had to cut them up. So I was trying to get my camera to focus last night, and that was the closest thing I had.
Yeah, I think it doesn't like that gray mat
No.
with white on. Like, Janet Young made us a tag. I saw it last night she made us just a little tag and it said, focus you freak. Yeah, I have mine somewhere. And then BRB on the back.
Yes.
But what we found a lot of times is like when I was having problems, if I would put something like this on my desk, you're just on you.
Oh, thank you.
When it couldn't focus, it's because there were too many like there wasn't a focal point, like too much the same color. So when we put something like this on our desk, we would focus it like up on the camera and then put it to the side and it would stop some of that. That's why she made those tags that said focus you freak, was so that you had something printed and we would just lay it to the side off, just in camera range, and it would help the camera have something to focus on. Because I think that's the problem. It doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to get one of those.
Yeah, and she just took a tag and grunged it up and letters.
Who is the lady? She did a D-Stash sale not too long ago that makes her own stencils.
Dana?
Is it Dana? Okay.
Yeah, she makes these like, she cuts them on her Cricut or her Silhouette. I don't know. I used to cut mine too. They're like red, like Juju's cowboy.
Yes.
Yes, that's Dana.
Okay. I think I need to contact her and see if she'll do me a spider web.
Oh, she may already have one. So yeah, do you have her channel and know?
I think so. I know her
She's
because I
at
bought
Juju's,
from her. Yeah.
and she's at Becca's
Yes.
Create with Becca. She's with and Beth. Dana, Beth, and Becca stream together a lot.
Now this one feels like sand. But the other one had lots of gravel. Well, this has some gravel. Huh. We're just going to play. Can you guys hear it? Very coarse. It's going to be cool.
I hate when you're looking for something and it just is elusive.
I don't know. This is the first time that I used these, Lucy. I will surely let you know. It does look like there's possibly some sparkle to it.
Oh, there it is.
It's very grainy. Debbie, that is most of the stuff when I am looking for it.
Yeah, I need a different way to store the washi, especially now that I have all that coming. I just can't think of how, like, I can need it in rows where I can grab one out. I have these little trays. I'm thinking those in something might work, like the tray in the tray.
I think I'm going to have to play with these a little more.
Oh, I said on Amazon, I want thin washi because I wanted more that was thin like this. So I ordered a set and they were just offcuts. They looked like this. Just literally
Oh,
like it was part of one of these where the machine chopped it. And I sent them back because I already had some that were like this that I didn't like because they were just like too skinny. And you can't find the end, and then it breaks and it's super. I was like, that is no. So don't buy ultra skinny unless you're wanting this. And that I also didn't like the fact that there were too many of the same. And if they had all been different colors, I might have kept it. But I ended up sending it back.
all right. Let's play with some lunar paste. We have Weeping Willow, which is a brown.
Lucy
We
is
have
asking you, are you looking for a
Maybe-
spider web that's opposite to the one where you have the web where it's printed? In other words, do you want a stencil or a mask?
probably both.
I would think so too. To have the opposites, like to get the guts.
Yes.
If she cut you a stencil and you bought the stencil and the guts.
Yes.
Like PM Artist Studio
Yeah.
does that a lot.
Yes, I
They
have.
sell the guts.
Here's my PM Artist Studio offcuts. They send me it in bags. But I don't have a spider web. And I was like, I need one today. So I'm using Tim Holtz Shattered, which is kind of cool. I like it. All right, so we are gonna use lunar paste on this one down in this corner. Do we want copper? What does that say? Gur? Gur? This is copper. This is gur. This one is overheated. This one is shady. And this one is weeping willow. I don't know what this one's going to do.
I also hate when you can't find the end of the washi. It's that or it unravels.
I'm not liking the copper with this color here, but what do you guys think?
I like the copper. It pops with that blue gray.
Okay. Okay. Miss Lucy, I would love to craft and chat with you, not We don't have to be live. So I think we're going to go with the little dots. No, let's go with this one. Then let's fight with the packaging again. I need to, when I get products, just open them. Right then, just to open them.
Well, that is the kind of stuff that you need to use it, or you will lose it. You know?
Yes.
If that stuff's been open in any way, well, even unopened, they'll often dry up.
Yes, because I bought some from somebody and it was sealed, so they didn't know, but when I got it, it was dried up.
I have had 2 bottles of black gesso from Art Deco in a tube, like a tube like this, right? A small one that was black gesso. I just didn't have an occasion to use it. And I never broke the seal or did anything, and they dried up. When I went to use one of them, it would be like, oh, doesn't work. Luckily, I didn't pay for it. I was part of Deco Arts Helping Artists, and they would send you, like, at the time that you could get free samples. Especially if you were doing a project and you were going to film it, or you're going to do like post or a class. So I had a lot of, that's what also happened to those waxes, like the Finnabar waxes.
Yeah.
From Art Deco, not Finnabars. They dried up. Before I used them.
I have this gravel stuff everywhere.
I do like those, but I need to put down the rest of the washi tape. Okay. So enough of that. So when I cleaned, I got rid of so many paints that were gunky and had, because when you open them and then you don't use them, there's that air in the bottle.
Yeah.
So even putting something like a pressure seal wet, the air's in the bottle. So there's not any getting around that. And I will definitely tell you, glue sticks dry out when they're sitting in a box over time, because I've had some that kids opened and were like, oh, not using that one, throw it away. There were ones left from the previous year.
So Lucy, that is a brand I've not heard. Does she still do it? Danielle Smith Gesso? That's something I need to look for.
Yeah, and some of it's just the containers and how they seal it, I guess.
I'll have to send Danielle on a
mission
to find Danielle Smith Gesso.
Danielle, go find Danielle.
Right, and then I'll come back and break this up once it dries. Because I can't have the perfect corner. All right, Miss Deanna, now to yours. Let me put my stencil. Have gravel everywhere. But that stuff is really cool.
You might want to check it when it's dry
Sure.
to make sure that it's got enough gel medium to not like fall off.
I'm not sure Danielle Smith makes gesso anymore. I think they may be sticking to their roots in watercolor. Okay. Oh, leave the cover as is. Just glue them down. Okay. You don't want any cheesecloth or grungy stuff on there, just as is. So, Miss Deanna, do you want writing space in yours, or do you want it with the way I'm going to do the other ones? Where I tear pages out, because I haven't done this one yet. Okay, inside doesn't matter. Gotcha.
Wow, I can't believe it's 1 o'clock already.
I know. I just seen that. I was like, ooh.
I heard, well, I smelled Bob was in the kitchen cooking something, and I was like, oh, Yeah, right. It's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime.
I think when I finish this one, I'm gonna go ahead and go
Okay. That's
clean
I'm gonna
up.
ink this and glue it down and head off myself.
That one's fun. It's got, I put little circles on it, or half circles from scraps after I added the washi.
Ooh, I don't have gold gesso. I'll have to see if Danielle can get that, Lucy.
Clear is great if you're watercoloring. I have white and clear. Somewhere I probably still have black, but I never used it, so. All right. I always have a glue cap lost in my, oh, there it is. These little red caps get lost
Yes.
in my, or they
All
get
the
flicked
time.
somewhere.
I have extra of those floating around. All right.
So
I
that
won't
was
do
good,
anything
Lindy. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10 done this morning. Well,
Okay.
ready for washi. I got
Yeah.
all of those ready for washi. But like I said, I got washi coming. The only one I put the washi on was this one because I wanted to put those circles on. And I realized, duh, you should probably put the washi on before you put the circle. Otherwise, it makes it difficult. But I've been trying to do some unexpected stuff. Like on this one, I punched circles and then put little other circles of a different color back in it just to make it a little different.
Okay. All right, you all. This one is spoken for. So we got 2, 4, 6 more started
They're
in this
fabulous.
series. All right, ladies. Thank you for joining Debbie and I.
Thank you, Lindy, for hosting.
You are welcome. And you
Got
are
rid of-
selling next Saturday?
Next Saturday, yeah. And I think J-Mac's gonna sell with me to get kind of her feet wet a little. She's gonna mod and sell maybe. It's about her getting her laptop hooked up because she's been using her phone. So I think she's trying to get where she doesn't use her phone to get a more stable connection
Okay.
and easier. But I think she's gonna come on with me next Saturday.
All right. Well, then we will speak to everyone later on.
Yep, we will see everybody around on the web today, I'm sure.
I'm sure I will be sneaking in and out.
I'm gonna go check out
all
Juju's.
Long time. Make sure that you come and join Debbie next Saturday. What time is your sale?
I'm gonna do like we've been doing, 10:30.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a thumbnail. I'll probably do it like at 10:30.
Okay.
And if it's just me and not J-Mac, I don't even know how long I'll do. I'm just gonna do paper and snippets and dyed gauze. It's just some things I've got, some bags. And then what I don't sell, I'll just save for the pajama sale and
Yep, the pajama sale is going to start
Start
Friday,
over again.
August the 29th. It's coming up, you guys. Lots of handmaids and paper and you name it. And I got some giveaways. I got to find my paper, Lucy. So I'll move my paper and I can't find my paper because I got giveaways from Miss Lucy that I'm going to do.
I had an idea. You know what I think my giveaway is going to be? I think it's going to be big. I think I may give away one of each of those Across the Decade books, digital.
Oh.
There's the American West, the 1920s. By then, I will have the Hollywood and the 60s and 70s. I don't know if I'm going to go past the... Yes, I have blackish gray and brown, several. But I got to do some more grungy. But I'll do the grayish brown grungy. I have the blue greeny gray grungy.
Ooh, Lucy, enjoy your road trip.
Oh, that'll be fun. So I need to do another layer of grungy this week. I've got all the solids dyed for right now. Plenty. I've got over 15 colors. So that's good for right now. I just need to do some more grungy.
All right, everyone. We will see you later on, I'm sure. Have a wonderful day, and I love you long time.
All right.